How we get on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with a new Sunday Sessions video. I know it's been a while. All I can do is apologize for my absence. My life has been pretty crazy over the course of the past few weeks with traveling, business ventures, and some personal things to deal with. But I am back and I'm here today to provide you with some up-to-date analysis. If you guys are new to this series, it's basically where I dive deep into the markets and I provide you all with some analysis based on the pairs that I'm looking at trading in the coming week, giving you specific zones and areas to work with, as well as showing you a glimpse of my strategy and how I look to tackle the markets day in, day out. If you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or queries with regards to the analysis I go through today, then please just leave them down in the comments below. So, as you can see on screen, we do have the US dollar Swiss franc market. And as you can see, price has recently traded us into an area of demand. I would love to see price now break structure fractally to the upside. We can look to refine our entry to this hidden order block here, like so. As you can see, price has come to liquidate and clear that area perfectly. I now want to see price break structure fractally to the upside and begin delivering us with opportunities to take this market long. If you guys have watched these videos before, you'll know that I am expecting to see the US dollar Swiss franc trade us higher with a longer term bias, just with the technical analysis we've been delivered with as of recent. So as you can see, when we head to the 4 hour time frames, we've had a huge break of structure to the downside, which would suggest a longer term bearish structure. But I do want to see price put in a higher time frame correction before a continuation lower. So rather than waiting for the next short opportunity, we can look to take advantage of this market by buying into the corrective wave. So I'm going to mark out this fair value gap here, as this would be an area of interest for us. I'd love to see price trade up and into this before delivering us with the next impulse to the downside. So with that being said, it's just a case of waiting patiently for price to deliver us with those opportunities. So going back down now to the fractal timeframes, in order for me to look to take this market long, I'll be honest with you, I want to see a break in this high here. Why? Because this high created the lowest low within this move here, within this move to the downside. So a break in that would tell us that there's more demand in the market than there is supply, at which point we can then look to buy into this corrective wave. Now, for those of you who are quite preemptive and like to get involved in fractal structure and like to get involved with scalp-like positions, you may want to take part in the market based on a correction like so, trading down and into this area of interest here. Now, it's very important that you guys wait for confirmation before you get involved. So it would be a case of trading down and then looking for some kind of fractal break to the upside, just to give you the confirmation that this corrective wave here is finished and the new impulse to the upside is ready to be printed. But that right there is my analysis for the US dollar Swiss franc. There's not much to really explain. I just want to take advantage of this corrective wave to the upside. It's just a case of waiting for confirmation. As soon as we have that, we can look to take part. But until then, it's important that we sit on our hands and we wait patiently. Okay, moving over to the XAU US dollar market. So this is the gold spot. As you can see, price has been extremely bullish over the course of the last 2 weeks, I'd say, and I don't see why it would stop. How can we look to take advantage of this rally? Well, it's a case of finding those areas of interest. What I've gone ahead and done is marked out 2 areas of interest here. We have a fair value gap down at this point between 3,493 and 3,509, and then we also have a more fractal fair value gap at 3,555 and 3,573. So price correcting itself, trading down into one of these points would then give us the opportunity to take this market long yet again. I've drawn out a path on what I feel price will actually print out for us. Now, price could actually just react from this zone here and begin trading us higher. But I do believe price is due a deeper correction to manipulate traders, but also to pick up more demand in order to continue this push to the upside, which is why I've got this area marked out, and I do believe price will come down to trade into this. So it's just a case of, again, waiting patiently for price to trade into our hands, deliver us with the confirmation we need before we look to take part. Now, once price does trade us into an area of interest, what do you think that we need? If you set a break of structure to the upside, you are absolutely correct. So we want to see price trade in, break structure fractally to the upside, confirming enough demand has been introduced here. We will then wait for price to pull back to set a higher low before continuing to trade us higher. And that's when we look to take part in this market. So that's my analysis for the gold spot. It'd be very interesting to see how price plays out, and I'm excited to take part in this market. So I'm going to set an alert at this point just to inform me when price is traded into this area of interest. But it seems as though price is setting itself up nicely for some good opportunities next week. Okay, heading over to the Great British Pound to the US dollar. So this is the cable. As you can see, price has been within a corrective phase at the moment. We've been delivered with a large break of structure to the downside, which suggests longer term bearish structure like so. But how can we look to take part in this market before the next impulsive wave to the downside? Well, we can look to buy into this corrective wave like so. Once price trades in, enough supply will be introduced. That will encourage price to trade lower, and that gives us clear bearish structure, creating lower highs and lower lows, right? So how can we look to take part in this coming week? Well, as you can see, price has recently pulled back to set a higher low within this corrective wave. It's just a case of waiting for price to pull back yet again. So there is this area here of interest that I'd love to see price trade into for a continuation higher. So again, we can look to set an alert at this point on the daily timeframes. As soon as price trades into this order block, I'd love to see price clear any remaining orders that have been left over, introduce more demand, offload supply, and as a result, encourage price to trade us higher longer term. This could be a brilliant trading opportunity. And as price trades into this zone, we can obviously look to refine our entry. But you can see here, without a refined entry, we're still looking at a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio trade. So this coming week, I am expecting continuation bearishness slightly to trade us into this zone before then trading us higher up and into this area of interest here, where we would then be looking for those longer term shorts. So that right there, guys, is my analysis and my insights for the Great British Pound to the US dollar. Now, just to finish off on the Euro US dollar, this market has been pretty crazy in terms of price action. As you can see, price has really been ranging within this area. But with my bias to see this market trade higher, I have the exact same bias for the Euro US dollar. So I want to see price trade into this order block, trade back down like so, continue to trade us higher before clearing an area of interest and then trading us lower. So it's a case of finding the area of interest that price will remove all of the demand that has been built up to continue pushing us lower. So if we head to the likes of the 4-hour time frames, you can see that there is actually an area here that would suggest a good point to short from. So we can expect price to trade down and into this order block here to give us a trading opportunity. It still gives us plenty of room to make some good profits from this market. Now, a trade that we come to place could look something like this, which gives us the opportunity to make upwards of 6% from that position. Now, after price comes to clear this area, we then could see price trade lower, but ultimately it depends on how price plays and the fundamentals that are introduced. Because this right here, although it's seen as a break of structure, could just be a deeper correction before a continuation to create new highs. So it's very important that if we are looking to short this market, we are delivered with all pieces of confluence needed to take the market short longer term. At the moment, it's still very much bullish. We're within a corrective phase of what we think is a new bearish move down, but we don't actually have confirmation of a bearish move down until we've had a relevant break of structure up here to create a lower high, and then obviously the move to the downside. So we are well within our rights to be looking to buy into this market. It's just a case of finding the perfect area, and this right here is that perfect area. So with the markets that we've gone over today, I have given you guys plenty of trading opportunities and plenty of analysis that you can work with. What I would suggest that you do is you mark out these zones just as I've done, set your alerts and wait for price to trade into them. Once price is traded into them, sit on your hands, be patient and wait to be delivered with entry confirmation before you look to take part. Now, what does entry confirmation look like? Well, it's a break of structure in the opposite direction. We then want to see price pull back to set a lower high or a higher low, depending on the direction of the market. And then we also want to see another fractal break of structure take place in and around that point. Why? Because that confirms that yes, it was a corrective wave. and that yes, it has finished and the new impulse is ready to be printed. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the analysis here today. As I said at the start of the video, if you have any questions or queries with regards to the analysis I've gone through today, please leave them down in the comments below. We are very responsive with the feedback and comments that are left. And if you aren't involved in our VIP services, but you're interested, drop us a message over on Telegram and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in our next Sunday Sessions video.